Hi everyone, it's me uploading more consistently. So today I got to see Jim Caviezel from The Passion of Christ, the actor of Christ, speak at Franciscan University today. And that was really amazing, and there's footage of that that'll come out on New Catholic Generation soon. Once again, I'm filming at night, so I'm talking quietly, which is why I was also talking quietly in my last video too. I guess my topic to address today is not fitting in and being different for the sake of the faith. I think that's a pretty universal thing. And we can all be afraid of losing friends or not being invited to things because we're openly Catholic, or even just too Catholic, too into it, that it seems almost weird or strange. You know, it can even be as simple as not being invited into the group of girls who have all of the latest clothing and brand names and iPhones, to maybe with the guys not drinking heavily around all of them, and then they think you're stingy about it and they just decide not to invite you out the next time because you don't have fun. I'm so proud of the young people who have stayed constant and or even messed up and then went to confession and tried to be better after. I want to just encourage and say good job to all the younger people facing the younger people of today's society who are not like them and a lot of times have to stand alone. I want to say wow. And I'm proud of you and wish I could be your friend. I wish I could be friends with all of you. So yeah, there can be that fear of missing out and the fear of not fitting in. But the epidemic is that in young people there can be the rampant mindset of which comes from an excitement of life and freedom, sudden freedom going to college, or sudden freedom being out of the house more in high school or something. With that sudden freedom comes a natural, what am I going to do next with my life? How am I going to direct my life? What am I going to plan for in my life? And we can all of us, me included, can get wrapped up in all that. And it's important to have a direction in your life for sure, that you plan out and that you have things that you want to do for sure, fun things and good things. Among young people and among ourselves and among myself, we have to remember, and I have to remember, that this life isn't totally mine. It doesn't belong to me, and it's meant to be given out to all these people who are waiting for it. And who didn't get love or kindness or respect from someone else. They're waiting for you. When I say they're waiting for you, I mean they're waiting for God to come, and God is knocking on all of our hearts all of the time. God is doing his end of the bargain there, knocking on our hearts all of the time. So that we'll get up, we'll stand up on our 2 feet and walk out the door and go to that person that needs him. And God is so generous and merciful that he gives you, and he has given me, the opportunity to be that vessel that can be his hands and feet, as Saint Therese of Lisieux says. If God could, I feel like, in some way, point at this person, this person, and this person, and make everything okay in their life. I can't say that's impossible for God to do, because maybe, let's say, he can do that. But instead, he gives all these opportunities to his church on earth and the people on earth to reap the benefits of good works. by giving us the opportunity and calling us to be the ones to give that love and that kindness and that mercy to the people who need it, whose lives they're lacking. And from that gift of being chosen and called, so much more abounds, from treasure in heaven to friendships here on earth. And also just, gosh, countless benefits from gaining discipline, gaining virtue, gaining humility, seeing where you stand in terms of everyone else on earth. And I think it's so merciful that God says, I could do it myself, but I want to give you the opportunity for heaven. So I want you to go out and touch those hearts out there. So your life, and my life, isn't meant to be lived just for me. And today I experienced that the personal way, because after we heard the talk by Jim Caviezel, who played Jesus Christ in the Passion, we were leaving the building. By we, I mean New Catholic Generation. We were all together. We were leaving the building, and I was hanging around in the lobby with Joe. And if you saw the picture on my Instagram, Renee Shumay Instagram, there's a photo of me and Joe with a bunch of little kids. And they were all part of the same family, and what happened was we were in the lobby, just hanging out, waiting for the rest of the team. And we hear these little high-pitched voices all of a sudden get really excited. And we turn around, and there's this little boy and his brother and his sister and their younger brother. And their faces are just lit up completely, and they got full smiles on, and they're tugging on their parents' clothes, and they're pointing at us. They're pointing at me, and they're pointing at Joe. And they saw us on our videos. And we greeted them and gave them hugs and everything, and then they left. And then a minute later, they came running back in, and they said, you know, we really want to get a picture. So we got a picture with them, and it's on my Instagram. But it just hit me in the face that my life is not to be lived just for me. And Joe's life isn't to be lived just for him. And your life isn't to be lived just for you. It's meant to be given out. And you can look a little strange and a little weird doing so, but I remember Mother Angelica saying, you must be willing to look ridiculous so that God can do the miraculous. And you might not be invited to that party. And you might be excluded from that friend group. And you might be looked at strange or avoided on campus because you go out of your way to sit with the people who people don't sit with. Or show kindness to somebody people don't think is very kind. But in the end, what's happening is you're living your life for others. Because whoever saves his life will lose it. And whoever loses his life will be saved.